A young William Clapp heading into his third season as a pro with the New Orleans Saints. Many of you thought that he was going to be challenged for that roster spot last year in true OTB fashion.
Rose the
Comes
occasion.
through at the end, makes the 53. He's got his work cut out for him again here in this offseason. But as a New Orleanian and as a native and going into his third season as a pro, ain't nobody betting against him. Willie Clapp's here on this edition of Off the Bench this morning. Big fella, how are you, man? Good morning.
Appreciate you having me, guys. What's going on?
Real quick, you got a favorite sandwich shop in Baton Rouge? We had a debate last week between Inga's and AM Mart. You're probably a good resource here to start. Where are you voting on that?
Definitely going to AM Mart. That's where we ate.
Wow.
Dude, we went there probably 3 times a week when we were in college.
Wow.
In college. So you haven't been back since you've got a little change in your pocket now as a pro.
Hold on,
if you were back as a pro, where would you go? Inga's or AM Mart?
Still,
There.
going to AM Mart.
I think that might need to be Sammy's next assignment, just to go head to head. But we can workshop that later. Willie, what's up, man? How have you been handling pandemic 2020? How does a professional football player try to stay ready during these times?
Really, I've just been working out, trying to stay in shape, trying to find fields to run on, and trying to practice all the social distancing, but also stay in shape.
And how's that been going so far? Like, what's like? How have you been able to? How much have you been able to do?
I've pretty much done what I normally do. I normally work out at the same facility in the off season, but that's been closed down. So I get a new spot that gyms are starting to open back up. So I've been able to start lifting in gyms again, and just fighting to stay in shape, trying not to gain too much weight in the off season.
I feel it's the eternal struggle. So what Jordy kind of referenced there in the intro, Will, last year signed Nick Eason, right? Draft Eric McCoy. It's looking like that interior is going to be really hard. You still make it. You still make that team. This year, kind of a similar story. You draft another guy, Larry Warford, let go. Where is your head at right now when you look at the Saints team and your journey?
I mean, honestly, every year you go into looking at, you pretty much know who your 5 starters are.
Yeah.
But every year the backup offensive lineman spots, those are always up in the air when you go to camp, and you always got to come in and perform. That's where my head's at. I feel like the ball's in my court. I determine my own path, and if I play well, I'll be somewhere, and hopefully it's the Saints. But I think all that's left up to me and my play, which I like. I like betting on myself.
Do you talk to your position coach, Carmichael, Payton, before or after a pick like that to set expectation? Did they give you an idea of why they did it or that they were going to do it?
No, I mean, it's the NFL. It's a business. You don't really hear much on that stuff. You really just get it at the end of the season. It's just hey, let's be ready to roll in OTAs or now camp, because the OTAs are canceled. But there's not much communication with stuff like that. It's a business. They're going to do what's best for the team, and I'm all for it. Let's make our team as great as we can, and try to make another run at this.
I know that Larry Warford was somebody that meant a lot to you as a mentor in the league when we would speak to you about your early days, or just this time about getting adjusted to becoming a pro. He meant a lot to you. Can you tell us about what he's meant to your development as a professional?
Yeah, I mean, Larry was the ultimate teammate. Right when I got to the team, he was just a great guy. I mean, he really helped my transition to NFL, not only on the field, but just help me out. Just he always invited me and my wife over. His wife introduced Lizzie to all the wives on the team, and made her feel uncomfortable.
Dude.
I mean, that social aspect of it too. I mean, you're so nervous going to a new locker room, new guys, and Larry made it so much easier for every new guy. He always invited them over, invited their significant other over to his house, and he always said get-togethers. Just made our O-line room so strong. That's what made us. I feel like such a good alliance, because we're always hanging out together. Mainly, it was at Larry's house.
Wow.
But he's just a great teammate, and on the field, he was always willing to, hey Larry, I'm about to head in. Can you watch my sets right here? Can you watch this, watch that? And I come back, and he give me everything he thought, I could improve on, what he thought I did well. And I think that's just what made Larry such a great player, because he really cares about everybody in the O-line room.
What was your reaction when Payton called the offseason off and just said, you guys, you report to camp in shape?
I mean, I just think that shows Coach Payton's faith in us. I mean, we're a pretty veteran team. A lot of guys that are in big roles have been playing in the league for a long time. So I think he just trusts that guys know what to do, how to prepare themselves. And, I think everybody's going to be ready for camp just because, Coach Payton trusts us so much.
So, Clapper, I believe that this is the first time that we've gotten to speak to you since the incredible 15-0 season.
My fault, buddy.
For your LSU Tigers. As the lone representative of LSU in that Saints locker room, how was it this year? Were you flying that purple and gold banner proud?
Oh yeah, big time. The LSU was a hot topic. Joe Brady was a hot topic in that locker room. I was repping Joe super hard. I still tell Panansky that I sealed the deal on Joe Brady, even though I definitely didn't. But it was an awesome season to watch, dude. I mean, I got to watch the A&M game from the sidelines, watch that Joe Burrow magic. That O-line was fantastic to watch, and it was just an overall great season. And I was glad I was able to be at the national championship and see it live.
Did you know when Will? How much crossover did you have with Cushenberry? Was he freshman, sophomore when you were there?
I was with him for 2 years, so he redshirted his first year, and he backed me up at center my last year.
Did you expect kind of the rise out of him that you witnessed this year? Like, did you know when you left that he was going to be that good?
Yeah, I really thought so. This goes back to when he first arrived on campus. Posick and I, we were kind of the older guys in the room, and we were going over just the new recruits that we just got, and we're talking about who we thought could be good. And it was just like after the first week of watching these kids work out, me and Ethan were looking at each other like, this Cushenberry kid could be pretty good. I mean, we were watching him just work out and run, and we're like, wow, this kid has a chance. And then, Lloyd's work ethic was insane. While he was backing me up his redshirt freshman year, every time after practice, I'd stay, get snaps, work on things, and he was right there with me. He'd give me advice throughout the games, and he was a smart kid. And I knew right when he took the reins over, he would be an all SEC type center. I mean, if you think about it, me, Ethan, then me, then Lloyd, 3 straight all SEC centers, which was pretty impressive.
I mean, I did not help the cause, but the center history for LSU is pretty damn good.
It is.
When you look at Ben Wilkerson into Rudy
Hall of Famer,
Kevin Mawai, Brett Helms. We have had
Todd
spectacular.
McClure.
Todd McClure, exactly.
I mean, you go back to Nacho Albergamo.
The legend. So, yeah, y'all have added to that legacy. Hey, Will, where'd you watch the Bama game, brah?
I forgot who we were playing. I think we were playing Atlanta at home. So I watched it at my parents' house right before I went to the team hotel. So I just kind of watched it with them, and then
was your dad getting fired up?
Oh yeah, my dad's been losing his mind over LSU games since I was a little kid. So I mean, come on, guys.
He was on this team with Nacho.
Yeah. He's in the locker room on the
Clapp,
on the captain's flag. That's what I'm saying.
Clapper, what's life now as a married pro?
It's been cool, man. Just we just bought a house together. Getting all that stuff moved in. Really nothing too different.
You playing Warzone right now?
Yes, tons of Warzone.
Yeah.
We kind of dropped Fortnite, as me and you used to talk about. We dropped Fortnite. Big Warzone group now.
Unreal. Call of Duty, man. You're like, every time you think Call of Duty's dead, they come back and they somehow manage to steal the spotlight once again. Are you a beast in the
I got a question for you guys.
Okay, what's up?
So, was my invitation on the basis that my intern partner DJ Chark went to the Pro Bowl? So you're like, we'll put class to the side, go with the Pro Bowler Chark from now on as our go-to guy.
Look, I didn't want to put it out there, Will. but he did make the Pro Bowl. And so, like, I mean, you got a couple years here before, you're no longer allowed on. And
Well,
it's only
Clapper,
DJ.
if we're talking about invitations, should we still be waiting on the invitation on the wedding? I didn't know if the address.
Dude, we got married the first weekend of quarantine.
I know.
We got married
really? Is that true?
Saturday.
Yeah, you did. So
Yes.
Oh wow.
So we're on I'm going to pick my tux up, and I get a call from my wife, and she says, "Hey, they just put a limit on 250 people at a gathering." And I was like, "Well, we have like 300 people coming. It was like 315 RSVPs."
Yeah.
So we're like, "What are we going to do with this?" But we were able to make it work.
Wait, you didn't help your case at all there, Will. You just let us know that we weren't in the 315.
315 people.
We had.
I mean,
wow.
OTB laid it on the line for you, man. I mean, that was a crossroads of our show by trying to get you hired.
When it comes to who made Will Clapp, it was Tommy
Good
Clapp,
Lord,
Will's mother,
Tommy Moffitt,
and then OTB. No, Moffitt was even behind us, and we can't even get invited. Unbelievable.
315.
Unbelievable.
We'd have filled the champagne
I
glasses.
kind of did invite. I invited like a part of the show, like a former part of the show. Financier was there, so I mean,
my God, dude, salt to the wound. If you invited me, you could have maybe we could have brought the cannon along. I at least could have done that. I don't know. Jeez,
Clapp, it's great to hear from you. We'll talk to you next summer, man. No, man, it's great to check in. Best of luck. We're pulling for you.
Yeah, man.
And
Kick-ass.
go get them, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, fellas.
There he is.
Stack them dubs in Warzone.